Okay, we are live. We are live. All right now I'm going to just wait for some people to come on and then I'll start. Um, all right, we got some people coming in. Awesome. Hey, everyone, I want to welcome you to a special live stream tonight. It's special because I'm going to be talking about Loving Day. Today is Loving Day. You know, Richard and Mildred Lovin back in 1967 brought their case for interracial marriage to the Supreme Court, and they voted 9-0 to legalize interracial marriage in America in all 50 states. And this day in 1967, it's a very special day. It's a beautiful day, and we should celebrate it. All of us that are interracial marriages today, whether you're white men and black women, or black men and white women, or Asians and Hispanics and black and white, and all the beautiful combinations of people, right? We should celebrate that today. Today's a special day. This is a blessed day. You know, ironically, the Lovings, that was their name. And it's a loving day, right? Where we're loving each other and regardless of our race, right? We're finding true love. And true love comes in different sizes, shapes, and forms, right? And, they paved the way for those of us that want to be in an interracial marriage. We can do so, right? We can do it legally. And hey, Afro Angelique, good to see you. Caroline's Dreams, Melanie too. Melissa, Teresa, good to see you. Yeah, happy, beautiful Sunday. Today's Loving Day. Everybody knows the case about Loving versus Virginia. This day in 1967, the Supreme Court voted to make interracial marriage legal in all 50 states. Okay, Loving versus Virginia, they won their case, and they voted unanimously, 9-0. All 9 U.S. Supreme Court justices in 1967 voted yes on interracial marriage. Yes, in all 50 states. Beautiful, right? We should embrace that. That is a beautiful thing. I got a tonight's special too, because I got my wife Sandy coming on also, and she's backstage here. I'm going to bring her up right now, and we're going to talk about interracial marriage. We're going to talk about a little bit about our life, how we made it work in an interracial marriage. She's black and I'm white, and you know what? We defied society. We defied the stereotypes in society and all the haters and naysayers, and we made our marriage work. Okay, I'm going to bring her on right now, my lovely wife, Sandy baby, and it's going to be beautiful. Let me bring her up. Okay. Hey,
hi,
Sandy.
Everybody. How's it going?
How's it going? Good to have you on. I've been wanting to have you on for so long, and
I know you have.
You guys don't know how much I bug my wife. Hey, come on, do a live show with me. Come on, let's do a video. I bug her so much, And
love you too.
yeah, love you so much. And also, guys, before we get started, I put a poll out there. I recently changed my name to Captain Swirl 85, right? That's when I started swirling. That's when I started interracially dating, okay? And it means so much to me. It means a lot. And for some reason, some people had some kind of feelings about me putting Captain Swirl. And some people embraced it like, oh, man, that's awesome. That's great. But their meaning behind this is when we swirl, what it means is we're interracially dating. We're interracially married. We're having relationships interracially. And that's a beautiful thing. And people at work, they tease me and call me Captain Swirl, because they see my channel. And I embraced it. I said, oh, yeah, I am a Captain Swirl because I've done it for so many years. And you guys know that I have love for Black women. And I always have. And I've lived up to, what I have in my heart. I've lived up to what I believe in, the group of women I love. I've lived up to that, guys. And, I embrace that. Swirling's not a bad thing if you do it the right way. And yeah, most people voted for Captain Swirl. So looks like the channel's going to be Captain Swirl. But it's going to say Captain Swirl 85 and the Roadrunner 89 network. Okay. I'm still keeping that too, because some people voted that I should have both. Oh, wow. You hit your avatar thing. I got to put your picture up there, babe.
Okay.
But anyway, me and my wife Sandy, and I gotta buy her a better quality of camera, but that's coming from her laptop. But I will do so. And but I wanted us to have each a screen to talk instead of us crouching in and trying to get us both in the picture. But anyway, I mean, we're celebrating Loving Day. Okay, we had dinner together. We made it a special day. We're coming on late because of that, but we embrace it. You know why? Because just like the Lovings, me and my wife Sandy are an interracial married couple, and we've been married 28 years now, and we've defied what society said. What some of our family members have said that didn't think it would last, and we made it work. And that's a beautiful thing. And what the Lovings did for us is they made marriage legal. Okay. And that was 2 years before me and my wife were born that case went up to the Supreme Court. And they had victory on this day back in 1967. A beautiful thing. And I'm going to show you guys a video. But anyway, Sandy, baby, welcome to the show. I love you, and
love you too. You look nice. You look nice in your suit there.
Oh, thanks. You picked it out.
Yes.
But we went looking for some clothes and stuff, and we're going on a vacation soon to Dallas, and we're excited. I got a couple suits, and I got some everyday clothes too, some nice t-shirts, some polos while we go see the sights in Dallas. And guys, if you want to link up with us in Dallas and, we can meet as friends, but send me an email. I'm not going to broadcast where we're going to be in Dallas on YouTube. But if you want to hang out, you're one of my supporters and you live in the area, by all means, I'd love to meet with you and buy you lunch and, have some cohesion. That would be a beautiful thing. But anyway, tonight's show is about interracial marriage. Me and my wife got 28 years, and we got a lot of experiences from the haters, family members that don't agree, so-called friends that tried to talk us out of it. Yes, we've been there. Okay. And, we want to share that with you today. And if you don't know my wife, this is my wife, Sandy. She's been on my channel every now and then.
Yep, every now and then. I try to come in as much as I can. So, but I'm glad to be here today to go ahead and celebrate this occasion with my husband. Because we are example of the Lovings in here. So we just like to go ahead and spread that. So I'm glad to be here and celebrate that day today.
Yeah, and me too. And babe, it's nice to have you on. I thank you for coming on and stuff. And so many people ask me to bring Sandy on. And, if you ever know my wife, hey, Brittany, Sandy, Brittany's here. Hey,
hi, sweetie.
Brittany. Yeah. Hey, cutie pie. That's our oldest daughter, Brittany. She's been married 6 years to her husband. She's got two daughters. Been married 6
Two
years.
beautiful
She has
babies. Yep.
a master's degree in psychology. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Very successful, and her husband's moving up the rank in the Air Force. They're the power couple. They really are. And you know what? Our granddaughters are the power granddaughters. But it's good to
Right.
see you, Brittany. Yeah. But anyway, welcome. And that, guys, if you see Brittany there, that's my oldest daughter. Okay. So she's viewing tonight. She's watching us. And we're gonna make it a special show. And probably our granddaughters are watching too.
Yeah,
We're
if they
we're
haven't
going,
went to bed yet.
yeah, if they haven't went to bed. But we're gonna make this a special show, okay? We're going to honor the Lovings. Both of them have passed on, but they paved the way for us that are in interracial marriages. They really have. Whether you're a white guy married to a black woman or a black man to a white woman, they made it possible to do what you you want to do with the person you want to be with
Mhm.
legally. Okay, you can go to the courthouse and get married to whoever you want to. And thank you to the Lovings for standing up. Thank you for the lawyers that represented them in their case. And they were new lawyers. They weren't experienced, but they were victorious. And thank God the Supreme Court seen it the right way back in '67. Okay. Um, but anyway, hey, Sandy, I want to show this video. Um, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
But I got to do the copyright disclaimer first. Let me go
Okay.
ahead and put it on here. Okay. This here is the copyright disclaimer. Okay. I'm going to read it along with you. And yeah, your skin tone's beautiful. J10 said you. But
Oh, tell her
anyway,
thank you. Thanks.
Sandy says thank you, J10. Okay, the copyright disclaimer. Okay, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I think I was 5 years old then. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use. Okay. The purpose is such as criticism, comment, news reporting, and all of that applies. We'll have some comments, news reporting. This was news. This is history. This is a historical moment, historical day. Okay. News reporting, teaching. We can learn something. Scholarship. I'm not handing out scholarships, but okay. Research. We're going to do a little bit of research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit education and personal use tips the balance in the Fair Use Act, okay? And that's what we're using this video for, is for education, for learning, for commentary, for criticism, all that good stuff, and to have a good time tonight, right? That's what it's for, okay? Let me go ahead and pull it down here.
Oh, you have your other
Okay.
daughter reaching out to you, babe.
Oh, is she? Where's she at?
She's in the chat there.
Oh, hey, Condoleezza. Oh, good to see you, young lady. Got both our daughters. Condoleezza. I named her after Condoleezza Rice because back in the day, I thought that was a unique name. And Condoleezza Rice is so professional and eloquent and so educated.
Both of them are there.
But yeah, that's my youngest daughter, Condoleezza. Too bad we don't have our son James up here. He's in Korea serving in the army right now. But yeah, hey, welcome, Condoleezza. Got two family members. It's a special night. Okay. Awesome. So if you see Condoleezza Nicole, that's my daughter. And then Brittany is my oldest daughter. Got my youngest and oldest daughter tuning in tonight. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Awesome. But welcome, young ladies. And
Yeah,
you know.
she had just got off work. She just got off work. She's been putting in a hard week. And so she's been just got off work, and she just took her first international trip by herself to Belize.
Yeah.
And so we were nervous about that. But she went out there, she took the trip, had a good time, and met some new people. And she's, you know, she's exploring, she's getting out there and doing her thing. So we're proud of her.
Yeah, she is, and she's educated too. She's working on her degree to be a NICU nurse. Those nurses
Hmm.
that take care of premature babies, because she was a premature baby.
Yep.
So it's real special in her heart, and she's doing amazing things. And both our daughters and our son. I wish James would be here. We'd have all three kids, hun. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Right.
But you know what? It's good to have our two daughters.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
is.
Brittany and Condoleezza. Oh my
Yeah, we love
goodness.
y'all.
Oh my God, this is getting better as we go. I'm just loving this. And guys, our daughters do watch my show. They do. They tune in, and they give me some advice and criticism. And okay, here come the trolls. Hey mods, if you see trolls coming in, robo trolls or whatever, just show them the door. Just block them. Any cussing tonight, you're getting blocked. Okay? No cussing, no uh you know, no insulting comments. We're going to keep it clean. We're going to keep it, we're going to celebrate today. This is a beautiful day. Whether you're in a interracial marriage or not, it's beautiful because we're celebrating freedoms that we have, that people had to fight for, you know. Hey, LV, good to see you. Okay, let me go ahead and put this video up real quick. I'll add it.
Then the issue.
Okay, here is the Loving versus Virginia case. Okay, guys, this happened in 1967, some time ago, right? Most of us weren't born then, okay? But this is pivotal when it comes to interracial marriages. This is a landmark case. This is what makes today so special. It really does. Hey, Condoleezza, thanks for the hearts, young lady. That's my daughter. Isn't she beautiful? Takes after her dad. Okay. Right. No, I mean, my
Yeah,
wife's got the beauty. I'm
strong.
just a
She's
sweetheart.
strong-willed. She's very strong-willed, but we love her.
Yeah.
She's strong-willed like her daddy.
Yeah. Love you, Condoleezza.
Yeah, love you,
Awesome.
Condo.
Yeah.
Love
Okay,
you,
let's go
Condo.
ahead and continue. All right. This is a landmark case, right? This is old footage.
Then the issue of intermarriage.
And now a page from our Sunday morning almanac. June 12th, 1967, 49 years ago today. A day of triumph.
Okay, guys. June 12th, 1967. How many years ago was that to this day? It's 2022. Okay, Brittany, my daughter says we're all celebrating today. Yeah, and my daughter Brittany she sends me stuff on interracial couples and stuff, and awesome. And this we are all celebrating. Me and Sandy and my kids are celebrating today because it has a lot to do with our family. We embrace it. Okay, let's continue.
For a basic human right. For that was the day the United States Supreme Court unanimously struck down state laws banning interracial marriage. Difficult as it may be to believe today, 16 states at that time still had such laws, Virginia among them. Virginia.
Okay, let me back it up, guys. Look at that. In the red, these states had laws against interracial marriage. Isn't that crazy? It's almost all the Confederate states, really, except for Kentucky and Missouri, which was recognized by the Confederacy. So that's kind of ironic, right? They didn't allow interracial marriage. But you see New Mexico here, New Mexico, where we're from, yeah, they allowed it because we got it like that. But anyway, but these are the states that it was illegal back then. Amazing, right? I mean, that's crazy. But let's continue.
Virginia among them. Virginia residents Richard and Mildred Loving had tried to sidestep the law by marrying legally in the District of Columbia in June of 1958. But back home in Virginia, they were soon found out.
Tell me what happened after you got married.
As Mildred Loving told CBS News correspondent Robert Fearpoint.
The police came after us the 14th of July. We were married a month and a few days.
Mrs. Loving, what has been the worst part about all this for you?
Well, I guess the worst thing that was spending a little time in jail. That's the worst thing.
In January of 1959, the Lovings pleaded guilty to violating the so-called Racial Integrity Act of 1924.
What did they tell you you had to do?
The judge then offered the Lovings a...
Okay, let me back it up, guys. Look at this. These are sweet, loving people, right? Look how soft-spoken she is and how loving. This guy's, you know, a common everyday guy. You know, he loves his wife. They just want to be happy and married, right? And listen, guys, listen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Sandy. But listen, guys, what these two people had to go through to just be married to each other, to love each other. Okay? They were treated so unfair, and it was disgusting. These people never harmed anybody. These people didn't do nobody wrong. They just wanted to love each other and be married. Serious. But let's continue.
You had to do.
The judge then offered the Lovings a choice: a full year in jail or exile.
They said I had to leave the state.
And what happened after that?
Well, I left.
And took your wife with you?
That's right.
The Lovings moved to the District of Columbia, where in 1963 they began the legal challenge that eventually led to the Supreme Court and vindication. As Chief Justice Earl Warren wrote, quote, "The freedom to marry or not marry a person of another race resides with the individual and cannot be infringed by the state."
Exactly. Guys, listen. Listen. Okay, I'm going to put this off for a minute. Listen to me. Okay? What's going on here, okay? This is not something the state has a right to decide. This is a human right. This is a right that every one of us have. It's a God-given right to love who we want to love. You know, me as a man, I can marry a woman that would have me, right? And I choose my wife, Sandy, and she accepted my hand in marriage. And we love each other, you know? And we've had a successful marriage. And yeah, we look different. If you look in the picture of us on the video, you know, our skin tones are different. We got different skin texture, or different skin tone, different hair texture. We look different, but we love each other. And we've created a beautiful marriage together. We got 3 awesome, beautiful kids, and we got 2 awesome grandkids, you know, and it's all built on love. And you don't have to look alike to love each other. And seriously, and that's what the Lovings were fighting for. It's just to love each other and be married. Well, let's continue.
It's hard to believe. And I still don't believe it, but, you know, I feel free now.
Richard and Mildred Loving are both gone now, but they...
Okay, we all seen this picture, right? Okay, he's really hugging her tight. It looks like he's choking her, but you know, these two people, this man and woman, loved each other from the get-go, and they never divorced. They both passed on now, but their memory and you know, the path they cut through impacts us to this day. And me and my wife, Sandy, could be married and be happy. And we can do it legally. because of the Lovings and their effort, and because of the Supreme Court that ruled 9-0 that, we can be married. And thank God for that. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Hi, Brent and Sandra. Nice to see you on the show. Yeah, it's nice to have my wife on. Yeah. But, this is a beautiful thing. We need to celebrate this. 55 years ago. Let's continue. It's almost over.
Mildred Loving are both gone now, but their victory is celebrated by marriage rights advocates every year on this day, called, appropriately enough, Loving Day.
Okay. I would like to thank the Almanac and CBS News putting this together. Putting this lovely story together. And this is true. This is history. And like I said, these two loved each other through the hard times, through the segregation, through the racism. And Richard Loving suffered. He had to leave his hometown in Virginia. He had to move to DC. And a lot of people wouldn't hire him because he was married to a black woman. Now she was black, and I think she had Native American in her. But nevertheless, they punished him for who he loves. They punished the man because he chose to marry the wife he did. And that's a shame, because these were really good people.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody gets punished for who you love.
Right, because he really loved her. I mean, you can tell when you see the footage, see Miss Loving. She really talks because he's so reserved, and so I think he's either reserved or he doesn't like to speak in front of people. So she goes and she takes the reins, because they've been knowing each other for a long time, and I think their families were too, known each other for a good while. So the community that they were in, everybody got along, so they didn't see any color. So because everybody got along and everybody knew each other, so they, so them being that community that they have, the Lovings, that's how they, met and got together, because they didn't see no color. They just saw each other, loved each other, and were there for each other.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's what it's all about, right? When we're looking for love.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, she does speak eloquently. You gotta see her when she's talking to her team members at work. She just got it under control and just speaks so awesome. Kind of like a Condoleezza Rice vibe to her.
That far. Thank you.
No, you speak so eloquently, and you're so professional and you're so sweet. It's like, oh my God. I mean, seriously, my wife can criticize you and does it in such a sweet thing that you would just melt and say, thank you. Oh. She does it to me all the time. Even when we're in an argument, I'm so in love with this woman. I'm serious. I mean, okay, the trolls are out tonight. They don't want to celebrate the Loving Day, right? YouTube, take care of these pornographic trolls, would you please? Seriously.
Wow. Easy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, today's special. And I look back on this day, and I look back on our marriage. Me and Sandy got married in May 19th, 1994.
Okay, I was wondering when you were going to say that, but okay, you did.
Yeah, right. No, I never forgot. No, I'm on point. I got you. I won't forget. And if I do, I know I got to give you a bag and some shoes. So. Just,
You already know what to do, babe. Love you. Got you trained well. No,
yeah,
I'm just kidding. Okay.
yeah. See, I'm trained well. Yes. Um, but seriously, that paved the way, and you know, we've been married for over 28 years now, and the thing of it is when you find true love, nothing stands in the way. It doesn't, and we're seeing today in today's society, where black women and white men, our marriages are lasting. They're the longest lasting. And you look at me and my wife, 28 years. Hey, babe, you remember my grandmother said it wouldn't last 6 weeks?
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? We're at
Yeah.
28 years. And nobody in my family, they all ended up, in divorces, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I think me and my brother Jeff uh, have the strongest marriages in our family, but we lead the way. Black women, white men, we're leading the way. In my family, we are, no doubt. And my wife's family also. Serious though. But that's a beautiful thing. That's a blessing, guys. And a lot of times I talk about this, and you know what? The stats bear it out. Me and my wife, we got married, and we knew we loved each other, and
Yeah.
we made it work. And
Mhm.
when
And
we
we
come
knew the
home,
hurdles.
yeah.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, honey. I'm sorry.
No,
But
no, go ahead, honey.
as
And you
you
know how
as
that.
you were adding to that, and as you was adding to that, when we got married, we knew hurdles and stuff that we were going to go through, and we knew that when we go outside our comfort zone, we knew we were going to have some challenges. But it was me and him, and you have to go ahead and take that step, even though it's hard, it's scary. It's hard, scary, exciting. You got your adrenaline running. I mean, you got all these emotions and everything else because when you get ready to step out to the outside world where you're comfortable in, because our family's here, and then when we go outside, it's a different story. So it's like those challenges that we had to look forward to. But as long as we were together, we had each other, and just like the Lovings, they were there for each other, didn't back down, just kept pushing forward. When people see that, and they see that in interracial couples or your couples, that, like my husband always says, doesn't matter, black, white, Asian, Mexican, anything like that. You just move forward and you keep on going. People get really nervous about that because when you go ahead and you push forward to that and they see you, they see how strong you stand, they know sometimes not to go ahead and mess with you because they know you're going to stand firm and you're not going to be pushed around. So it was a challenge, but we got through it, and we had lost some friends along the way. We got great friends along the way. So they accepted us for us and were there for us, and we had our family, and we kept it going and kept it moving. I love my husband. When my husband first came up to me, he came up to me and talked to me, and I think he was a little bit more scared than I was, because I was like, I know you're not talking to me. But when he came up to me first, it was like, I'm like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? So you got confused. And he was like, no, I'm talking to you. And I'm like, okay. But so it was, for me, when that happened, I was just like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna, what people are gonna say? So I had to really just take it back, get that out of my mind. And my mom talked to me. She's like, you be with who you love. My father told me the same thing. He goes, as long as somebody's going to treat you right, going to be there for you, you be there. That's the person that you want to be with. Don't settle. Just be with the person that you feel comfortable with, that you feel loved by, and that's going to treat you right. And so I took that. Unfortunately, my father had passed away, so he never met my husband. I wish he would have, because they would have a lot in common. And but that's what stuck with me, and that's what kind of pushed me and guided me, because without that, I wouldn't have my husband today, and I would have lost out with the opportunity, because you know um 28 years, you can't beat it, and we're still pushing on to more. And so I think, after the 5th year, we kind of stopped counting, but other than that, we're still here. So we're still pushing forward, and and moving on, and hope to have more grandchildren here. So just putting that out there.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing of it is we found true love, and yeah, I was nervous when I approached you, and I was trembling, I was nervous, I was stuttering, and but what was going through my mind is I was attracted to you, and Sandy, I was like, oh my God, I hope she's into me. And I was stuttering. I was thinking, oh my God, I blew it. I look stupid. She's going to get me to the curb. And
You
oh
look so
my
nervous.
God, I lost the opportunity. And, I was like, oh, and you know how things run through your head, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, ladies, when a man approaches you and he stutters and he trembles and he's nervous, that means he has feelings for you. It does.
Yeah.
That means he's afraid that he's going to mess up because he don't want to. And, but after I got through that a little bit and we started conversating, and we had a real good conversation, and it was flowing, and I was feeling really good. And
we felt comfortable. I think when you came up and had talked to me, and I was around all my friends, my girlfriends, because we had went out, they're all around me, and so when he came up, I think they were more like in shock that he came up there, and they're like, or my friends were like, wow, you're really bold coming up and asking him about this. So they were like, they're just looking at him like, wow, you're taking a step. You're taking a major step to see what's going on. So yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it was, and the guys in the watching right now, look at that. I approached my wife with it in front of her friends, right? And yeah, I was trembling, I was nervous, and I was.
Yeah, we weren't a small group either.
Yeah, there was fear there, but look, guys, you know what? My wife, she accepted me, and we're married today to this day because I had the courage to approach her. Now, was I suave in my approach? Was I smooth? Oh, heck no. I was a nervous wreck. I mean, I was all over the place. But you know what? I did it.
Yeah.
And, she could see that I had feelings for her, even though I was nervous. And I think you told me that. I said, did you understand what I was saying? And you said, well, I see it in your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was the official. That was that was a good day. But yeah, it was to look back at that, 28 years later, and this go back and remember some of the the details that we forget and we think about and kind of roll it back. It's and think about it now. It's from what we went there to now. It was good. It was really exciting. Yeah, we had good times.
It was, and when we met, babe, I remember I asked you for your number when I thought I felt pretty good. We were having a good conversation. I was like, maybe I got a chance, and I asked you for your number, and you said, no. Nope. Why don't you give me yours?
Yeah, I did.
And I was like, no.
That's what guys don't like to hear that first, because you asked her this, but that was it. Yeah. Yeah, you looked sad when I said that. I saw the look on your face. It looked like all the blood just drained from your face there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Most cases, back in the day when I was dating, if a woman says she don't give you your number, but she says, why don't you give me yours? You know what that means? 90% of the time, that means she's not giving you her number because she's not interested, but you could give her hers so she could throw it away. That's exactly what it is. But with Sandy, it wasn't that way at all. She was interested, but I think you were playing it safe because you didn't know me at the time. And
yeah, and at that time when I met, yeah, you're right. And then at that time too, my father had just passed, and so my father had just passed, and we had family down there, and so there was a lot of emotions and everything that was going on, and so it really pretty much wasn't just that; it was just family and everything else that was going on at that time. So I just needed time to kind of just get my thoughts and things together and kind of get that part done. So I still had your number. I had put it up, but I just kind of put it aside for, for about, I think it was about 4 days, maybe what, about a week, maybe, or even that. I'm not sure, but I just put it aside because I had family and and uh and my father passing. So there was just a lot going on. So, and I didn't think I didn't want you to think I didn't want to talk to you at that time. Because when I wanted to call you, but this was going on. So when I got to talk to you and then we walked around and talked and I kind of explained, I think you felt more, but you felt like, oh, okay, okay. I mean, you didn't like say, oh, great, but you just like, okay, so I know the reason why of what was going on. So that was just, it was a lot going on. um my friends were trying to go ahead and get me out to kind of and just relax a little bit because it was like it was a long week that week. And so and my mom was like, just go get out, there's nothing you can do. My father had kidney dialysis, and so he would do that, and it just got to the point, by him being in the army, and he was a vet, and he got that Agent Orange that set in. Then he had got kidney failure. So pretty much the time that I had and he got sick, I spent a lot of time with him because I knew he wasn't, and he knew that he wasn't going to be here for long. So pretty much everything I put in I focused on my father, getting him to doctor's appointments and stuff. So it was just a lot going on at that time. So after we laid him to rest, and my friends were like, well, just go, let's just get out. And I'm like, no. And my mom's like, get out. You done everything. It's time for you to go ahead and live your life and relax. She goes, it's okay. Because, when you're going through things, you feel bad. You want to mourn, but we all mourn in a certain way. So, but thank God I got time to spend with my father, what I did while he was still alive instead of just regretting. But, that time we spent was precious to me. And that's when we had our talks, and he knew he was going to probably be around to meet, my future husband or his grandkids. So he was just like, be who you want to be with. And so that rang important things to me, and it always sticks with me. So like I said, I took that with, and at that time, that's when I had ran into my future husband here, Brent. And then, everything just pretty much just went from there. So I just felt blessed at that time. Well, now that I look back at it and everything that was going on, I'm just thinking, wow, I wonder if God set that up, because it just, when I look back and look at everything that was going on, it just flowed. And so I just felt blessed after I thought about everything, looked at everything and went through, and I was like, wow, that's just, wasn't expecting that to happen, but it did. And got married, 4 months, 3 months, and 4 months, 5 months in our relationship.
Well, it was actually 5 months. I proposed to you 2 months after we were dating. And you know what? People said, man, that's fast. What's wrong? People thought that I got her pregnant, which I didn't. People thought there was, and that's where the rumors come in, where people think, oh, well, okay, she's black, he's white. No, there's something going on. No, I just love her. I do. And my immediate family knew it was real. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, they knew I loved her. They knew I was crazy about black women. They knew this was real. But, the distant family members, like the cousins and stuff, they thought that, they would say, okay, she's black, he's white. Okay, she's pregnant. He's marrying her because of that. No, I married her because I love her. And we didn't have our first child till we were married 2 years.
Yep.
So unless you can carry a child for 2 years, I don't.
Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
I
You
think,
know,
yeah,
it's
I
fun.
wish you would have been rich by now, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was just so hilarious that the stuff, the what people assumed was going on, the gossip, all the crap. And you know what? It was like nobody could figure out the truth that we were in love and we got married. Nobody could figure that out. And I think in today's society, it's the same crap. They think that we're marrying each other because we're desperate or because somebody
Yeah.
turned us down or because we're just weirdos. No, we love each other. And you know what? You can love someone that don't look like you. I've had a preference for black women ever since I was 5. And my wife will tell you, talking to my family, they said, "Oh yeah, we knew he was going to marry a black woman." My father told you that. My mother, my brother,
Your
my
father told me
cousin,
that.
my
Yeah, your
friends,
father told me. Yeah, he
and
told me that.
that was me. That's who I love. That's who I. And what's wrong with that? Nothing, right? And the crazy thing is people will still try to discredit us, like we did it for some alternate reason. Well, if that was the case, would we still be married 28 years? I mean, it's silly.
Yeah.
And I had somebody send me an email today with the Captain Swirl thing, right? It says, well, you need to, explain yourself more better to get credibility when it comes to interracial dating and marriage. Yeah, I got criticism from that. And I'm thinking, what the heck? I all I have done is interracially dated from the get-go. I've been married to a black woman over 28 years. And you're criticizing me. I don't know. I'm just and I'll take criticism, but the thing of it is, have I not proved myself? I see some of these gurus on YouTube and they give all this advice and they have failed marriages, and failed relationships, but people, hold them up like they have the word of God, but yet me, I'm checked all the time on how I talk and how I do things. And they don't even look at the fact that I've been married 28 years. First time marriage. Me and my wife, Sandy, haven't been married to nobody else. We've been married to each other, and that's it. Our kids are our kids. Our kids are both our genetic kids. And I'm not going in on people that have been married multiple times because I understand things happen, right? But the funny thing is I've been checked on this stuff. Like, I'm like, really? Do you know my life? Do you know what I've been through? It's crazy. And I'm sorry I went on a little rant because I don't want to do that. I want to celebrate today because it's a beautiful day. And probably the lovings were checked on why they loved each other and why they did their thing, but they found true love. Seriously. But
Yeah,
anyway.
that's the thing, as you are, you know, on my end, I get checked after they seen you because, as I said time again, as my husband was in the military, there's just a lot of, when we moved and stuff, when I had jobs and everything else and, went for jobs, interviews and worked and stuff. At the time, a lot of people didn't know who my husband was, or they just assumed I was, married to a black man. And so they didn't, well, anyway, they just didn't, question it, which they just, I know they assumed. So, when I would go to when I have my jobs and Brent would come see me or drop off lunch, it was really chaotic. So it's he come in and they see him and they see me with him, and it was yeah, it was a it was a checking point at that time. But
Yeah.
like I said, I had fun with it, but it was always, and but I don't understand why people it always got, because I always wanted to know when they see us together what they're thinking. And I'm always open-minded because I want to know. And I'm like, well, it's why is it so different because I'm black and he's white? I mean, you see uh, vice versa, and you see a black man with a white woman or Asian or whatever. I mean, it's they, no question, they're okay. But when it's the other way around, it's just like a wow. I don't know. It's like a wow factor, and it's just it to them. It's just like mind blowing. It's crazy. I never seen anything like that or experienced it. So I'm just like, well, what's the difference? It doesn't make any difference, but but I always had fun with that on that end of it too. So, and my husband will tell you, he already knew because he was like, what happened? I was like, yeah, you came in and you dropped the bomb here. So he was like, I did. I'm like, yeah, here we go, so, but it's all good. I never understood that. But yeah, it was like, how long you been married? And it was always, how long? How long you been married? And well, how long were you how long did you guys date? And so when I tell them that and then tell them how long we were married, it just, yeah, they can't. It's just, it's really, it's weird. It's weird. They can't. Some of them can't register it, which is I don't get it. But it was fun messing with some of the people that I work with and everything else, and just to kind of see their expressions. But it was quite entertaining.
Yeah. And you know what was funny too is people, and back then, the years we were married, they couldn't believe we were married that long. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like they
I know.
expected it to be a disaster.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, we're good. We're
Yep.
doing
We're
very
good.
well.
Yep.
And the thing of it is I know you had a boss, the boss you had, and I'm not going to say what corporation and stuff, but but it was a Karen. You worked for a Karen that
Yeah, I
was on
did.
you. And I remember you would have functions and stuff, and I remember you'd look at us and I would just hold you so much tighter. I would just hug you so much more. I would just had a had an urge to be more affectionate, you might say.
Yeah, you were pouring it on. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
going into work the next morning was quite, was quite yeah, it was quite entertaining. Got to work, got to my uh table, well, my little office area, and then so got to my office area because I was doing human resources at that time. Got to my office area, and then all of a sudden I get called to the office, her office, and she shuts the door behind me, and I'm just like, so I'm like, I just got there, and I'm like, what's going on? So, and I got there, and then, I mean, it was just like, I, I don't know. It's just sitting across from her, and it looked like she haven't slept. Her hair was messed up. I don't know what triggered her. But she was just 20 minutes of just asking questions. And I'm just like, this is my workplace. Why are you asking me questions? Because this is like my private area. This is like if I choose to let you in, that's fine. I'll go ahead and answer some questions, but I don't think the workplace was the place for that. But it just really, really bothered her. And but I didn't care, because as long as I was doing my job and I was doing my job well, I had no complaints or anything else like that. But needless to say, working in that office, for a little while, I had to pretty much move to another department at that time after working in there. But it was all good. I mean, I have no regrets on that. Um, I think that pretty much worked out for the best. best, but I got, you know, I can't, I'm blessed for what I got out of training, learning different areas of the place I worked in. So I was okay with that because I took that with me. I think with her, she wanted to see failure, and
Mhm.
I didn't give it to her. So because I know that's what she wanted. So it just kind of made me work that much harder than what they put me in the new department. And when they put me in that new department, yeah, I pretty much, not to brag or anything, but I did my job, and I did my job very well. So, but
Yes, you did.
yeah,
Yeah.
she wasn't too happy with that, and still saw her, still came over, and still, was just, yeah, it was a I think that was
Yeah.
the I think that was the roughest, not the roughest job, but I think that job right there, I had no trouble at my other jobs, but this one was, yeah, it was a challenge, but that's okay. I was up for it.
Yeah. You know what's amazing about the story she said? And you got people that don't like our marriage and our relationship, right? That will try to do harm to you. And she
Oh,
went in on my wife, Sandy. She did. She tried to make her look bad, tried to hurt her career. And it was tough for me because, seeing my wife come home and was upset and the things that were going on. And well, I got in trouble because my emotions got the best of me and I lashed out. And I got disciplined in my unit because I was in the army at that time and I blew up. I lost my mind. But they were messing with my wife. And you know what? We got through that. I mean,
mhm.
it was like a slap on the wrist because my chain of command knew the character
Yeah.
I had.
Yeah,
You
you had people watching your back as far as I
Yeah.
had. And the
And
people that I
and,
worked
and
with, yeah.
yeah, and this woman had a lot of pull with high ranking people, seriously. And it made it tough on me and my wife. And I got reprimanded, which it didn't hurt my career. I still promoted, I still moved up the ranks. But the thing of it is when you're in an interracial marriage, you're going to be faced with some of that. And I'm going to tell you, my first duty station when I was a young soldier, and I had 3 years prior Navy, so I had a little rank, but I was trying to become an NCO. And I got to my unit, and my squad leader I worked with thought I was the greatest thing, and walked on water, and he just uplifted me. He praised me seriously. But you know what? When I brought my wife, because my wife was finishing her college, right? But when she finished, and I brought her with me, and everybody met my wife. It was something, yeah. And this was what, 94, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you don't look like the kind that would have a black wife." Oh my God, the rumors were going around
Yeah,
like crazy because
yeah,
they were
yeah.
they had remember they had just like they just couldn't find the words, you might say.
Yeah, it was, yeah. You're
Who
right,
I
yeah.
worked for that thought I was the greatest thing. Once he seen my wife, I went from walking on water to crawling through mud
Yeah.
overnight. This dude tried to destroy me. This guy would look on every mistake I made and would try to capitalize on it. Seriously. You know the deal, right? Um and I remember when I come home at night and I would hug my wife Sandy and I would be so upset and angry and just all the emotions because I was trying to do a good job. This is my career. I'm trying to do right. And this guy was on me. And my wife would comfort me and say, you know what? We're going to pray about it. God's going to get us through this. And what she went through was like towards the end of my career. What I went through was the beginning, but we went through the same things. Seriously, we had to fight for our relationship. We had to fight for our marriage. We had to fight for our love. And this is in the 90s, right? 94 on up.
Mhm. Mhm.
We weren't the lovings, but we still had some of that crap we had to deal with, right? It does
Right.
get better through the years, but
Yeah.
but our love was so strong, we're still married. Nobody could defeat us because we love each other more than our problems. We love each other more than the hate. We love each other more than anything. And that's what carried us through the day. That's what made us successful when it comes to marriage. Because we just love each other. We're just human beings that love each other. Yeah, we look different. I mean, but what's that really mean? We look different. So what? Can we love each other? What's in the heart? And it was amazing. And my wife Sandra pulled me through, and you know what? I moved up the ladder quick, fast, in a hurry. I was still successful, even though there was someone trying to destroy me. My wife had the best success in her career dealing with that angry Karen that tried to destroy her. So God's
Yeah.
involved. And the thing of it is, guys,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
was, yeah, we had to do a lot of praying. A lot of praying.
we did. And
Yeah, a lot of praying, a lot of, yeah, it was, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, we got through it though.
we did. And you know what? We did it through love. We did it with leaning on each other.
Yep.
There were some times I came home from work, I was so devastated. She would hug me and say, "It's going to be okay." And you know what? The same thing happened when she's going through it. I hug her and say, "Baby, you're going to be
Yep.
okay. God
We'll be
will
okay.
bless us. We're going to get through it."
Mhm.
And we did. And, I celebrate that. I embrace it.
Mhm.
You know why I get so emotional when I talk about interracial relationships? When I talk about Black women, it's because I think back and I look at my wife and she's always had my
Mhm.
back. I look at my
Mhm.
wife, she's always been there. And babe, you remember when I had that job overseas making 120,000?
Mhm.
And because of a medical reason, I lost that job. And
Mhm.
the job I quit to get that job, then I had
Yeah.
no job.
Mhm.
And you know what my wife said to me? Because I was devastated. I even had tears coming. I apologized. I said, "I'm so sorry. I lost it all. I don't know how I'm going to pay the bills." And you look me in the eyes and say, "You know what? I love you." You said, "The house don't matter. I'll love you in this house. I'll love you in a mansion. I'll love you in a cardboard box. You're my husband and I love you." That's what she said to me. And from that time, you remember I got that job at Walmart.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
good.
nice to me at the time, right?
It's
And
a
that,
job.
that was it was a humbling experience, right? But you know what? I started at Walmart. I got a job with the state, and people like my work, and I got a federal job. And then I started making good money. And then when we came back to New Mexico, that soldier I was looking out for, that I saved his career. I called him and he got me the job I got now. He hooked me up so much. It was like was God inspired this. You know what? It's like when you help somebody, when you show kindness, you get it back so much. I mean, but seriously, I could the things I've accomplished in my life, and without my wife, I wouldn't have been half as good as I've been. Seriously, because my wife has always shown me love and always had my back and always been, motivated me so much that, whenever I try to move up, get promoted, or try to do, I can't stop. I can't say, well, you know what, I can't do it. I can't say, well, I'll do something else. No, because the love I have for my wife and her being with me all the time, I would be devastated if I was to fail because she had my back all the time. And you know what? With my wife, failure is not an option. Throwing in the towel is not an option. And what I would say about my wife, and guys, I love this woman more than anything in the world. And you know what? If she asked me for something, she would have it. I would make it happen. If I couldn't get her to her now, I'd make a way. And she knows that. And you know, my wife, when I ask her what she wants for Christmas or her birthday, she hesitates. She does. And I know we went round and round about this because I want to give her the best things in life because she deserves it. But the thing is she loves me so much. She don't want me to go through any heartache to do anything for her. She loves me that much. And that's amazing. I'm just dumbfounded. I just
Well, I mean, it's we've been through so much together, and we've been through a lot, and so I hesitate a little bit because I'm trying to think of what else I need. But so no, I'm just kidding.
there you go.
No, but yeah, but other than that, I mean, yeah, it's just been a great 28 years. Looking forward to more ups, downs, laughter, heartache, cry, everything. You know, it's been a lot, but it's been a great experience because we just show that much love for each other. And we're always there through the tough and the worst times. And now that we just been through it, it's just now it's easy. It's easier now because we got thicker skin. We're good. We're good for each other. We're moving on and we're striking. So we don't pretty much care for what anybody else says. They can love us or leave us, and that's okay too. That's fine. But before you got to get to know us and know what we're like and how our family is, and we just got love for each other. I mean, and you're right. And opposites can attract, and marry who you love. I know everybody's like, yeah, everybody says that, but it's the truth. I mean, you have to um give a little to see. Yeah, sometimes it not always works out like you're kind of saying, but if you don't go out there and put at least try, then you just never know what you might happen. If it doesn't work, it works, then it's okay. That's his life altogether. So but but I was looking at the comment sections, and thank you guys so much for the sweet comments. I appreciate that. And so love the comments, love the love you guys give me when I come. So I appreciate all the comments that you guys give me every time I get here. You guys welcome me with open arms, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much. It's always nice to see you guys and see your comments that you guys put on the side. Michael had put in, I think, were you talking about the Marines? You were talking about the Marine of, I think me and you were talking about that a while back. Wasn't that right?
I think I'm going back to look at his comment. I don't know if it's talking about was that the Marines that sent the man and his wife to meet their maker? Yeah. That was you know what?
Yeah, that was sad. We heard about that story when we were I think we were I know we did hear about that story. That story came over.
We were in Missouri at the time. I think I was an instructor when that story broke. Yeah, it was sad. And you know what?
Very sickening. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sickening what these guys put this man and woman through, and they were very successful. I mean, he was moving up in rank and doing his thing, and she was very successful. She was really beautiful too, and he's a good-looking guy, and they were that power couple that was doing it. And you had some fools that were jealous of that and decided to take them out. And and you know what? I've heard people say, well, you got to be on your guard, but how are you on your guard? He was a Marine. Some of those guys were in his unit. I'm telling you, and in the military, when you're a soldier or a Marine, here's the thing: you're brothers in arms. You trust that man next to you because you have to, and
Yeah.
you got love for each other. So I could see where he would let him in because
Yeah,
you
that's
know my wife Sandy will tell you. I mean, with me and my soldiers, we were so close. It's not even we were family,
right.
and there were white guys, black guys, Asian guys, Hispanic, every race you can think of. But we were brothers. We had a strong bond. We loved each other. If they came to my house in the middle of the night, I would have let them in, and I would have fed them. I would have taken care of them, and they would have done it for me. So I understand why they probably caught him off guard because that's what we do as a soldier or a Marine. We take care of each other. We're a family. We're brothers. And the women, they're our sisters. We're as one.
Yeah.
It's the extended family. And I always say that my marriage is like the army. And people say, "Well, what do you mean? That don't sound good." No, but it sounds great. You know why? Because when I joined the army, it was no longer about myself. I was part of a team. I had to do my part to make it work. Well, when I got married, it's no longer about me. I got to do my part to make sure my wife is taken care of, make sure my kids are taken care of, make sure we got it together. So the military and my marriage is so much alike, it's not even funny if you really think about it seriously. But yeah, that was a sad case, and
Yeah,
it broke my heart.
that
It,
story broke my heart too. That was, I think, I yeah, that story was so, and you don't, and the sad part is you don't hear a lot about that stuff because I think
yeah,
it was just so crazy and everything else. And the thing about the military too is they don't like to push a lot of that stuff out there, and everybody knows, what goes on, it goes on, and whatever leaks out, it gets out. But that story was so it was heartbroken. I just couldn't imagine their families and everything else. I just would have just, yeah. Every
it,
time I hear about that story or think about it,
it,
it's
it,
hard. Yeah, it's sad.
it got me emotional. I kind of
Yeah,
got emotional. I remember we talked
yeah,
about that, and
we
I had
did. Yeah.
tears coming down my eyes because that was a brother of mine. Even though I'm a soldier and he's a Marine, we're still
Hmm.
warriors and we're fighting for our country, right? And he was in an interracial marriage like me
Yeah,
and my wife Sandy. So it kind of hit home, and it was like
yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
it was tough, and even though we didn't know these people, but I remember I was training soldiers. I was an instructor at the time, and I remember we gathered around, and I remember the master sergeant in charge of our training area, gathered us around and talked to us about it and says, you know what, this happened. And I remember we all the NCOs, all us NCOs that were around in the schoolhouse area, we got together, we prayed, and we prayed with the soldiers, and we're like, this is something that should never happen. We're brothers in arms. We are, and where I was training, I trained soldiers and Marines. I had fellow Marine NCOs that work with me, and that hit home. And I tell you, something about in the military, people don't understand that there's a certain code we live by. We got each other's back. It's shameful if you can't pull your weight. In fact, you will take a bullet for the man next to you or woman next to you. That's what we do. We're true warriors in that spirit. We're fighting for a greater cause, and yeah, it's for our country, but most of all, we're fighting for each other.
Hmm.
And I think Colonel Hal Moore, well, he retired as a general, right? You guys remember we were soldiers? He said it best. He says, a lot of times these men, it's not that they're fighting for God, country, and apple pie. They're fighting for each other because they love each other. It's about survival. It's about, taking care of each other, literally. And I didn't mean to get caught up in that tonight, but
Right, yeah.
um,
Yeah, we think we pray for them, their families off, because that story does come up every now and then,
yeah,
because like you said, we were just talking about that, I think about a month ago, about
yeah,
that as we were discussing our military and functions and stuff. So yeah, that story will stick with us yeah, forever. It's yeah, very heartbroken, but but you know and we're us as it with interracial couples and everything else, we're going to keep moving forward, and and keep being there for each other. And I mean, just moving on. I can't, every time I think about that story, it throws me off, because it's so, yeah, it's just,
yeah.
it's breaking. It
It,
really
it,
is. I can't wrap my head around some of the people that do, but
I can't, but you know what? That's something we got to face too. We get hate in an interracial marriage. We do. There's a lot of people that don't like it, and yeah, there's jealousy. There's people that want to see you do bad, people that want to see you suffer. It's there.
yeah,
But the good thing about it too is it's not all negative.
right.
Going through our career, we could tell you all the negative and the stuff we had to fight. But you know what? We also got people that loved us, embraced us.
Right.
You remember the couple in my first duty station? He was a Japanese guy married to a white woman. And he kind of embraced us, like, oh,
Yeah, he did.
yeah, you know, yeah. And him and his wife were so nice, and
Hmm.
took us in, and
Yep.
looked out for us, had our back.
Yep. Sure did. Yeah. Oh,
Really did.
Fort Sill.
Yeah, Fort
Yep.
Sill. Yeah.
Yeah, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, of all places. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? And
Yeah, that was,
you remember Sergeant Baldhead. I'm not going to say his
yeah.
name. He was
Yeah.
after me, right? But I was sent to a different unit, and this is sometimes how the Army is, right? There's a lot of black people and white people. My duty station, the unit I got sent to, it was like all the leadership was black people, right? And remember, my squad leader was a black guy. My platoon sergeant was black. Um,
Yeah.
my first sergeant was black. My commander was black. My battalion and brigade, they were all. It was weird. It was like a reverse thing, right? And then I remember, but you know what? That's where I moved up the fastest through the
Yeah, you
ranks.
did.
I flew through it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
you
I was
did.
successful, and these people really loved me. They it was like and my wife Sandy, she was involved in
FRG.
the family support group, and it was like it was a beautiful thing. That was like the best time in my career. And then when we went to Fort Riley, Kansas, oh my God, it was like it was like it was
Yeah.
paradise in the
Yeah.
military. If
Kansas.
that makes sense, right? Even through all the deployments and training, I mean, it was like
Yeah. But
those
we
were
had,
the
yeah.
two
Yeah,
high
very,
points in my career.
yep, very good people watching out for your back. I mean, yeah, you had people watching out for your back, like, all the way through. I mean,
They did. Oh my God, that
you had
was like
impressed your sergeant major so bad. It was just, yeah, when you got orders, he really wanted you to stay there and help out,
oh,
because he told me, he was like, your husband is awesome. He goes, he made me look so good. He goes,
that was
you want to stay, because, well, at that time, you guys had got back from your tour. Then on my end, as I was working the FRG, we got word, they didn't, but we got word that they had to turn around and go back. So they
Yeah.
were on their way home. They didn't know that they're going to stay home for 3 to 4 months. Then they were going to tell them, you guys are going to have to go back for another year after they just got home. So I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say
And,
anything because, yeah, I was like, nah, I ain't going to say nothing.
and guys, if you haven't been in the military or in the army, that you might not know what we're talking about, but those of you that served, you know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
You come back from, and this was an 18-month tour, right?
Yeah, that was your
18
longest
months.
tour.
Think about it, away from the family. You
Well,
get done with that.
they didn't tell you that until you guys were thinking that you're going to get your year there, but they
Yeah.
had told that they were going to extend it, but they haven't told you guys yet. We heard it by word of mouth, as they always say, rumor. And yeah, when you guys got over there, that's when they put it on. You said, yes, you guys are going to be there another 6 months.
Yeah, and that was crazy. And I remember we would see all the banners, welcome home soldiers, and it was like, and we were shipping back out, and we had just came back home. We're
That's
going
right.
back. And
Yeah.
that was just like, oh my God, that was like devastating.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But
that was rough.
yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, we got through it. And I tell you, you know what? If you serve in the army 20 years and your wife served with you 20 years and she's always there for you, you got a good wife. And my wife, Sandy, I'm telling you, this woman is beautiful inside and out. She's a blessing from God. And for me to say anything less is a lie. Seriously. Her father was in the army. Her father's retired army. You know, he served multiple tours in Vietnam when she was a baby. And he was gone a lot during training. And she had to deal with that as a child, as a dependent. Well, then she met me, married me. I'm in the army, spent 20 years. She had to deal with all the deployments I went through, all the heartache, all the uncertainty. And she still had my back. She never complained when I came home. She never complained while I was out there. To me, that's the most amazing thing. I think she had every right to complain, and she just didn't. And you know what? Our son is serving in Korea. Our son's in the army. So my wife, she's an army brat. She's an army wife. She's an army mom. And you know what? I think the army should give her an award because I mean her whole life has been in the army. Seriously.
Yeah, I can pretty much say I'm a lifer, but yeah, it was what in our family too, and not with us, but then we have our daughters, and they're Brittany's husband, military, he's Air Force, and then my daughter, the youngest, and then her boyfriend is in the Marines. So yeah, we have a
Yeah,
still
we're
military. Haven't got out of
right.
it there, so.
Just not getting away from it. But no, but the reason we bring that up, that's part of our life story. And that's through the eyes of an interracial couple. We have to have each other's back more so than any couple
That's
out there. We have to work harder than two black people, two white people, two Asian people. We have to go that extra mile.
Yeah.
And with black women, white men, our marriages are the longest lasting because we're generally going that extra mile. But regardless of the combination, you have to go that extra mile. You have to work harder, and you have to deal with more crap. You have to come in at a disadvantage every day of your life, even in 2022 right now. Seriously. But you know what? That's what makes your love stronger. That's what makes you stronger.
Yeah.
That's what gets you through it. And you know what? I come home from work, and the first thing I want to do is hug my wife. And why is that? Because I understand how beautiful she is inside and out, and how much of a positive impact she has in my life. I want to feel that positivity. I want to put my arms around her and tell her I love her, because she's done more for me than I ever thought possible, more than I ever deserve. But you know what? We made it work. And when everybody said it wouldn't, when everybody said that, you guys are different, your culture's different, you're going to have problems. You know what? Those problems ended up coming, ended up becoming blessings.
Mhm.
Those problems made us stronger. Those problems made us love each other more. Those problems made us the power couple. Seriously.
Mhm.
And you know what? We're not better than other people,
No,
but we love each
just
other with all our heart.
yep, just everyday people, everyday people coming together, loving each other, married, kids, everything. Just people just enjoying each other and have that love for each other. Um and so, and this day with the lovings, which makes it so beautiful and so, I mean, so understanding just the fight, and then when you see the movie, I think Miss Melanie had put it up there. I believe. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to see. I'm kind of scrolling down, looking at the messages too, and kind of reading them as I go, so I can tell everybody hi and thank you for the comments and stuff. But uh, I mean, just a fight. I couldn't imagine back then how what to go through, breaking into your home, breaking you up, putting you in jail, and just to go through all that is, you know, just to prove that you love each other, you want to be together and have people understand and what they went through. So, my heart and just goes out to them and the loving family, because that true there was love. I mean, just endurance. I mean, straightforward, not giving up, pushing forward, and that bond just stayed,
Yeah.
forever. And so that's where us as interracial couples, that's we get our strength from, because when you look back and look at that, and then we're where we're at right now, there's nothing holding us back. You just move forward, keep on going, and take care of you. Uh, Make yourself happy, because you deserve that. I mean, you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve to have somebody that's going to, have your back, because sometimes we don't have that. Sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes, but, you deserve that. Us ladies, we work hard. We love hard. We're there. We die hard. We are there, and so you deserve that. I mean, so with the story, and I watched the movie several times because I like that movie. And I think they made like a couple different sequences, but I watch every one
They
of them.
did.
But it's
Yeah.
the story is awesome. The story is good, and the love, you can see it there, and you can see it in their eyes. Like every time, yeah, it just tears at your heart. So, but yeah.
It does. And hey, I want to give a shout out, Carolyn. How you doing, young lady? Good to see you.
Hi, Carolyn.
Yeah, Carolyn's awesome. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's all about love, guys. And here's the thing. Me and my wife, we've been married, and when we got married, we knew it was going to work. There was no doubt. My father, um, and what's crazy is my wife is like my father. I'm serious. They're organized. They got things together. Um, and they know how to put me in the chokehold. Both of them, right? They know how to keep me in check. I'm just saying.
Your dad, every time we have dinner, your dad loves to come over and eat. He's like, "What we having?" I'm like, "I don't know yet." He was, "Well, okay." He's like, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, right.
As long as you got my cheesecake ready, I'm ready." I'm like, "Okay, we got your cheesecake ready." Because every time Brent's dad comes to eat with us, as well as we made a Thanksgiving tradition. So every time we have Thanksgiving, we always make the cheesecake. So it's like the no bake cheesecake. So I always make that, and he loves that. So my mom spoiled them because she would make an extra pie to send home with Brent's dad. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, he would pretty much own that pie. And yeah, you couldn't tear it from his hands because my mom spoiled, yeah,
Yeah.
spoiled my father-in-law.
Yeah. It was funny because her mom and my father got like the same character. You know, they're just
Yeah,
no
me too.
nonsense people. They'll tell you what they think, but you know what? They got a big heart. They, you know, if you're working hard and doing the right, they got your back. They're just that way, and I think that's why they get along so good. They're like the same people almost.
Yeah. And very spiritual in doubt, though. Very spiritual
Oh
too.
yeah, and you know what? When they get together, they talk for hours at night, and it's like,
They
oh man, it was like,
talk and eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But it's, yeah, when we have our family gatherings, it's really nice. We have and well, here up in my mother-in-law had passed, so, and she passed away on the 4th of July, and
Yeah,
so, and she's dearly missed, and she was she was a practical joker. She liked to play jokes on people all the time. So that was her spirit in there too. So, but she was, always there for the family, and she's gonna be missed coming up this time because she loved 4th of July, hanging out with the family, being there with the kids and everything. So she's gonna be missed coming this year, very much so. So
yeah, and I tell you, yeah, she is. But I tell you, Thanksgiving at our house is like amazing, and everybody comes to me and Sandy's house, and I think it's because we live out in the desert, away from everything. It's peaceful, it's pleasant. We live in a nice neighborhood, so everybody gravitates to us, and we got more room than everybody, so it's like all the events happen here, and I like it. And well, we pay for it most of the time,
right.
but I mean, it's a blessing. It really is. Yeah, and we get together, and you ought to see our Thanksgiving dinner. You think it's just turkeys and stuffing? No, we have turkey and stuffing, yeah. But your mom bakes what? Collard greens and all kinds of stuff, and
Brisket and mac and cheese
brisket and
and green beans and everything. Yeah.
and then we got like enchiladas and green chili and well, being from New Mexico, that's what we eat. But it's like a turkey dinner and a Mexican dinner and some soul food and some all kinds of
a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I mean,
It's like almost like feels like a 10-course meal, but yeah,
it is. And you know what?
Yep, cornbread dressing.
Yeah, cornbread dressing. Yeah.
My mom loves coconut cake too. She always has to have a coconut cake at Thanksgiving. That's her spill. Coconut cake is her spill. So yeah, but I hear you, Michael, because she has to she has to have it. So.
And you know what I said about don't be afraid of different cultures when it comes to different cultures and food and stuff. It's a beautiful thing because I'm getting fat as it is. I got to step away from it. But I blame my wife and my mother-in-law. They cook good. But seriously, it's
and in the comments I see, there's nothing like family. You're right. There's nothing like family. You gotta
family is everything.
You gotta enjoy with everything that's going on in this world. You just got to, be with family because you just never know sometimes. So when you go ahead and get together with family and talk, or you haven't talked to each other for a while and you just kind of doing the catching up, it's always good. So and and I'm grateful for our families that sometimes we can't get together like we used to at holidays. We try, because everybody's so a daughter lives in another state, and then my mom's getting up in age too, so she can't drive, or do the things that she used to. But those times that when we did, we cherish a lot because time goes by fast. So it's always enjoy family, be with family, and just and take advantage. You take advantage of that when you can, because you just never know. So,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, and guys, here's the thing that's a blessing that me and Sandra we share together. We have a great marriage. We love each other. We've been successful and blessed. But you know what's another blessing that our marriage brought together is, you know what? It brought our families together.
Mhm.
And you know what? When we have special events on holidays, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Christmas, you know what? Our families come together. And you know what? Our families hang out. Our families stay up late at night talking all dang night. And yeah, I can't get no sleep, but they're happy. So, I mean, no, but seriously.
Well, to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, why did sleep? I don't know. But seriously, it's people coming together. And, that's what a marriage should be. Not just a man and wife coming together, but
Ooh.
both their families coming together.
Mm-hmm.
And our families have done that. Seriously. And that's a beautiful thing about New Mexico, guys. You say we live in the desert away from everything. Yeah, we do. But we got a lot of love in this state.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in an interracial marriage or something,
Mm-hmm.
our relationship, this is probably the best place to be in. And I know our son-in-law, babe, he made that comment to me. He says, you know what? New Mexico is the least racist state ever. He said, I love it there. And you know what? He's right. He really is. We live in an awesome, blessed place. We do. I don't know if you guys have ever visited our state. It's a big state. It's the 9th largest state, but the smallest population. A lot of open land. But we love it here. Well, we tried to move to San Antonio, but things change. We'll probably end up in Dallas. I don't know. That's our second home, Dallas. But we're getting ready to go on vacation to Dallas, me and Sandy. We're going to have fun. We fly down there all the time. We love it down there. It's like the home away from home, But
yep, covers. I said I see Afro Angelique. She said that she makes a mean sweet potato, a cheesecake, and pecan pie all in together. That sounds good.
Oh my God!
I think we're going to have to go visit her and see how that tastes, because that sounds good.
Yeah, I think I already gained.
Those are that'd be like two of my favorite combinations. That would be good.
Yeah,
I gotta try that.
For saying that, I think I've already gained about 10 pounds just thinking about it. Right. Pecan pie, yeah, I love pecan pie.
Yes.
And you know what? Our son makes a mean pecan pie, and this is funny. I'll tell you this story, right? Our son James, he's a man now. He's like what, 24? He's in the Army. He's but our mother-in-law, my wife's mom, we stayed with my wife's mom for like what, a couple months till we could sell our house, and then but she would take the kids in and teach them how to cook. I know she taught our son how to make pecan pie, and he wasn't feeling it. He didn't want to cook.
He wasn't.
And she was like, "No, you're going to learn this," and she was just so.
Yeah, he was.
He forced him to make pecan pie, and you know what? He's so good at it. He comes home and
good job. Yeah,
like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I mean, our son can cook, and he's a man. I don't know. Thanks to our mother-in-law.
Yeah, he's gonna have to eat. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to eat, or you're gonna. Well, he's single, and I was like, well, you're gonna eat, or because you got nobody else cooking for you, so you're either gonna have to cook or go get something to eat. So, but yeah, you're gonna have to do either one.
Yeah, and you know what? He's a big guy. He's 6'1" and he's solid. I mean, gosh, the army has you know, beat him down so much. He just, I don't know. I never been in that. I remember in the army I was in good shape, but our son, oh my God. Yeah, it's kind of scary though. I know it is for my wife because those young ladies are looking at him and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta, yeah. We'll see how that goes.
I
Gotta breathe on that one.
I get worried about our daughters. Our oldest daughter, it's good. She met a good man. He takes care of her. Oh, thank God. But our youngest daughter, oh well, her fiance or boyfriend, whatever's going on, he seems like a good guy. But I pull my hair out for my daughters.
Yeah, he doesn't tell him, but he gets really nervous.
Yeah, well, I have the talk.
Yeah.
And if you guys understand what the talk is with me, um, being an old retired Army NCO, yeah, when you hear my talk, it will put the fear of God in you. And he's a Marine, he's a tough guy, but when I give him the talk, he would tremble. And he would, yeah, he knows what time it is. I'm just going to say that. And he's like a good guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's when they're younger, you can keep them at bay, but when they get older, that's when everything you start to get nervous, and making sure they're okay, making sure we raise them up right, they know right from wrong, what to watch out for, this and that. So you just make sure you try to cover all the bases, but I'm glad to say with us and our kids, they're doing really good. I'm really proud of all of them. I can't be more proud of them than anything.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Ray, you say you like Fort Worth better than Dallas? I don't know. I like Fort Worth too. I'm not. I say I want to move to Dallas. I don't think I'm going to live in Dallas, the city, so to speak. Probably like some suburb area. I have to look around, but I mean, Fort Worth is nice. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, what's the good places in Dallas? I mean,
did you want, hey babe? Did you, didn't mean to cut you off? Did you want to tell Miss D have a good night? Because it looks like she is going to.
Oh.
She has to. Bye, Miss Powell. You have a good night. Thank you for the sweet comments. I appreciate that, Miss D.
Yeah, good night, Miss D. Thanks for coming on. Oh yeah, she's on the East Coast. They're 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good night, Miss D. Thank you for the awesome comments. And I appreciate that. God bless you. Yeah, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. I do, and Sandy does too. And yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not good at reading comments. I get to talking. I got a one-track mind. I'm the modern man, right? I'm a knucklehead, and I got a one-track mind. I'm all in. I'm good to go, right?
Yeah. You're a man, all right. No, I'm just kidding. No,
yeah, right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There's Miss Prissy Pretty Poodle. If I said that. Oh, how you doing? Oh, congratulations on your wedding. I heard congratulations is in order. So congratulations to you and Mark.
I've lived in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth for several years. I like Fort Worth better. Okay. Um, yeah, we're looking at getting a second house in Dallas, the Dallas area. Fort Worth, I don't know. Arlington looks nice, but it's probably pretty pricey up there because that's where everything's at. I don't know. I know there's some neat communities in the Dallas Fort Worth area we'd like to explore.
Mm-hmm.
But we hang out in Dallas all the time. We love it there, and me and my wife are Cowboy fans, so um, that's another positive. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, they better do something this year.
they better. You know what? Oh my God, Dak, you better have a monster year. You better just and you know what? Zeke, you better run like no tomorrow. You better get the rushing title. And you know what? Defense, you better. You know what, Cowboys, you better win it. You know what? Let's go back. I mean, I miss the days when we had the triplets. You know, I miss the days when we had Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and Troy Aikman. I miss
Mhm.
those days. Oh my God, when Cowboys were. You know what? And that's when football was worth watching. You know, and I tell people, I said, you know what? If the Cowboys ain't winning, football ain't worth watching. And
Mhm.
I believe that. That's how I think about football, right? I don't. But you know, half of our family are Bronco fans, just because. Um, you know, our oldest daughter's a Cowboy fan like us, but you know, our son and youngest daughter are Bronco fans, and I'm like, oh my God. But okay. But the Broncos signed what's his name? Russell Wilson. So I'm excited about that. I like Russell Wilson. He seems like a good guy. I
Yeah,
might have
he's
to
a
go buy
great.
that jersey.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a Cowboy fan, but even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I still got big love and respect for that guy. I do. Um, Greetings from the Caribbean. Okay. Thank you, Esther Jones. Greetings from the Caribbean. Nice. One day we're going to go to the Caribbean. We're going to have a vacation down there. Uh, yeah. Shout out to
Yes,
you.
yeah, that'd be nice to go and visit too.
Oh yeah, we're going to go down there. Yeah, we got to get our travel. We got to go see a travel agent and go down there. Um, Spaghetti Junction sucks. Okay, well I don't know what that means, but okay, I'll stay away from Spaghetti Junction. Uh, Thank you for being a great example of Black women, white men. Oh, thank you so much. You know what? And that's our community. It is Black women, white men. Um, you know, I'm all for interracial uh, couples across the board. I support them all. But it seems like Black women, white men, we're doing amazing things, and I think we really got we're the power couple and we're the loving couple. We really are. I think so. Uh, I think Cup of Joe lives in Dallas. Yeah, he does. Cup of Joe, give me a call. I'm going to Dallas. We can meet up, brother. Um, yeah, and if you guys want to meet up with me and Sandy in Dallas, send me an email. I'm not going to broadcast on YouTube where we're at. I'm just not going to do that. But if you want to meet up with us and have lunch and talk to us, I would love that. Me and Sandy would love that. Um, but I'm not going to tell everybody where I'm at. You got enough weirdos on YouTube. But yeah, I would love to interact with people that watch the channel. I would so much.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we would love to go ahead and meet some people face to face. Always nice to go ahead. I know we see each other, on the video, but it's always nice to go ahead and see face to face and talk and get to see the person behind the video. So it's always nice to
Yeah.
go ahead and do that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to I'm ready to get ready to go down there and visit some places because I know we went down there, but we didn't get a chance to visit a lot of places. So hopefully we
Yeah.
go down there and uh
What?
get to see a little bit more, kind of explore a little bit out, of Dallas and stuff too. So that'd be nice. So we really want to kind of
Yeah. I
get
I
going.
got this thing, babe. I was what you know how am with history, right? Um,
Hmm.
you know what? I thought about going back to school, becoming a history teacher because I love history. But
Yeah, you love
um,
history.
yeah, but I wanted to go back to Daly Plaza in Dallas, where President Kennedy was assassinated, and
Oh yeah, that's right. Guess we have to. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
yeah,
because we have to go ahead and see. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because you wanted to do that tour. Yeah, the tour is that. Yeah, the tour is pretty cool. Yeah, the tour is nice. I think you'll
yeah,
like
I
it.
want to do that. I mean, we've been to Daly Plaza a number of
Hmm.
times, but I want to. I watched this documentary, and they were talking about the fence and the rail yard close
Hmm.
by, and a car that was parked there, and all this stuff. And I want to just walk around and just kind
Yeah,
of
we can.
analyze the situation and make a video and talk about it. Because
Sure.
I mean, guys, I'm
W-
such a history buff. I get caught up
Yeah,
in this.
you are. You
I
love.
mean, I mean, when our kids were like 2 and 3, I would go to old Civil War like battlegrounds and walk
Yeah, you love
across
that
and
place.
try
Oh
to
yeah.
figure out what happened. And
Yes. Yes, you
I
would.
mean, and when we came back to New Mexico, I remember I went to the place where an old fort was set up and the Santa Fe Trail, and I would try to think back in time and what I just get caught up in that. I mean, that's
Mhm.
interesting to me. But yeah, I want to go back to the Daily Plaza and check that out. I want to also see Lee Harvey Oswald's room that he stayed in too. Um,
Yeah,
but
I went to go see that. Yeah, I think you would really like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you saw it, but I didn't get the chance. But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it is kind of eerie down there. Yeah, it is. That when you know what's happening, when you know what happened and took place and you
yeah,
walk around, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's surreal because it's like that's a part of history. And then when you're down there and you see everything that you saw on TV, but actually see it and you're there, it's yeah, it's totally different. It
yeah,
is.
it's weird. And that one guy that's always there that talks about he was there when it happened, and he sits out there in the chair, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, his
I'm
conspiracy.
like,
Wow.
a lot of
Yes,
history there.
exactly. Yep.
But yeah,
So, Pretty Poodle, where do you live at? Where do you live you said in Central Texas? Oh, okay. Oh, so she's giving us some things there.
oh, is she? What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Are you gonna be in
oh,
Dallas?
Austin. She's in Austin, babe. That's where your
Oh,
family. That's
oh,
where your
that's where my
mom's from.
family's from. My family's from Austin.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my family's from
Sammy's
Austin.
family. Her mom's side is from Austin. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Austin's awesome. I mean the barbecue's awesome down there. Well,
Yeah, we were
Kansas
trying to get
City's
another
good
family reunion.
too. Huh? Yeah, we
We're
need
trying
to
to get
go
another
down.
family. We're trying to get another family reunion together down there. So hopefully, we can get it together. But they're supposed to be doing another family reunion down there. So hopefully, we could get mom down there before anything happens. Hope not, but yeah.
Yeah.
So get her down there for one last visit. So
But you know what, babe? With your family, oh my God, your family in Austin and Mississippi, I mean, they're so awesome. They have family reunions. And so I embrace that. And guys, when you talk about different cultures, my family, we don't do reunions. I don't know. I think maybe in general, white people, we're worried about making money and just living our life and we don't care. But when I look at your family, they're always having reunions, barbecue. They're always getting together, and I'm like, oh my God, why can't we do that? Well, me and you do it, with our
Yeah.
family. I'm just like, gosh, I embrace that. I love that. And
Yeah,
I'm
this
telling you,
was. Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was going to say, and I'm telling you, my wife's family is awesome. There is nobody in her family I had a problem with ever.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I've embraced her family, her mom's side and her dad's side, from Austin, Texas to Mississippi. Seriously, I mean, I mean that.
Yeah,
I really,
we're trying to get that one together too for Mississippi. So hopefully I could
yeah.
get together with my cousin because they're trying to get that one together too as well. That's been a long time for Mississippi because I didn't have my aunts. Some of my aunts got sick and when my aunts passed away, so that kind of breached, kind of pushed that back a little bit. Then my cousin got married, and then that pushed that back because of planning. So hopefully we try to go ahead and get together. We're trying to get the family tree together, and that's in pictures of family members and trying to get our family tree together of everybody. So when she gets all that together, she's going to put in a book and present it just to keep up with it, which I know is a lot to go ahead and keep up with
Yeah.
that. So so it should be very interesting because people have sent in their pictures of their uncles, aunts, and everybody, and so this is going to be really interesting to see, what she put together because it's been a couple of years. So she says it's been rough, but it's been a couple of years. But so
Hey, hey, Sandy, Indiana mom here. She got married to her husband back in '94. She's been married 28 years also. And
congratulations! All right.
And her husband's white. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, that's another interracial couple that stood the test of time. And today's a special day, the Loving Day. Guys, celebrate Loving Day. Listen, this is a big part in our history, especially if you're in the interracial community, right? It has an impact on our life. But even if you're not in the interracial community, you should embrace it anyway because it's about people loving each other and it's about people being able to exercise their human rights and be happy. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, Miss Pris, she says, "Hey Sandra, who is the best cook at the reunion?" I have to say my mom's side, but that's correct because we have had our little fallouts at the family reunion. So you probably know what I'm talking about with that. So we have our little fallout with family reunions, especially when it comes to cooking food and who's bringing what to the reunion. So it's been but I have to say, yeah, I give it to my mom and her side of the family. We can throw down when we have to. And so yeah, that's pretty much us. But other than that, we once we go ahead and get to the reunion and everybody gets there, and it's a nice time. It's nice to see everybody, and always good to see everybody before anything happens, when people pass and whatever. And so you just want to enjoy your family while they still here, and also give the blessings and pray for the ones that have passed and have passed on too. So, but I always love to try to hopefully we can get back to those reunions. So I can get because my husband he's been to a couple. He didn't go to the recent ones because he had to work. So hopefully he can get going to the other ones that we're gonna try to come with. So it's always good to go. Always nice to go to those. So
oh yeah, I love your family. Your family's awesome. I mean, your family's just got it going on. My family's boring, but I love my family too.
Your
my brother is awesome. I mean, my brother and father are everything, but beyond that, yeah, not much happening. Um, but yeah, I mean, but
Oh
yeah,
wow. So Indiana mom, we have so much in common. I married 1 month after you. Oh wow, that's crazy.
he
Awesome.
did. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
that's
Oh
crazy.
wow, that's awesome. Who would have thought, right?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I just
Nice. That is pretty cool.
I embrace that. I know I was doing YouTube and I did a live one time and somebody says, you know what? Your anniversary is they said your anniversary day you got married was Malcolm X's birthday, right? And I
Mhm.
really never followed Malcolm X. I thought, he's a guy, he's kind of militant but when I studied him, I was like, and I studied it because it was the same date we got married, right? So I just looked into it. And towards the end of his life, it seemed like when he talked about brotherhood and when he talked about, white men being like his brother, and I was like, oh my God, that's pretty amazing. And
Right.
what
Mhm.
led to his destruction was he stood up for black women. And I'm just like, wow. Um, that's one thing I kind of, I just researched out of it because of a date, but I just found that amazing. And hey, did you switch to your avatar? How'd you do that? Okay, I'm gonna close. All right. But anyway, I don't want to get off into that subject, but guys, um anyway, my wife's computer is about to die, so I'm gonna probably have to close this live tonight. I enjoyed it. It was fun. And I just want to celebrate Loving Day. Um, and I just want to tell you guys that I love you. I appreciate you coming on. And those of you in an interracial marriage and stuff, embrace it, cherish it, and just know that we got to fight harder than any other group of people. Just because we're in an interracial marriage, we got to go that extra mile. We got to go that distance. Okay. Um, but I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. And I wanted to bring my wife, Sandy, and let you guys get, her perspective on things and let her tell you her story too. I always talk about her and I praise her, and I couldn't praise her enough. I mean, she, I, the nice things I say about her, she deserves 100 times more than I give her. Seriously. Um, but embrace today. Today is a beautiful day. Today is Loving Day. It should be a federal holiday. It really should. No,
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah, because the Lovings, they set the standard. And I
Mhm.
know there were interracial couples before them, sure,
Right. Yeah.
that set the standard. I'm not saying they're the only ones, but it's important to
Right.
embrace what we got. We could love and marry each other legally, and that's important. I asked my wife to marry me back in '94, and guess what? Legally, I was able to do it. Nobody gave us a problem. Nobody hauled us off to jail. Nobody kicked in our bedroom door. They did it to the Lovings, though. But because they stood up, it's not happening to us. So, you know what? Embrace today. Reflect on it. And even if you're not in an interracial relationship or marriage, embrace it because it's about human rights. It's about freedom. It's about loving each other, regardless of how we look. That's what it's about. Seriously. But I'm going to close. My wife's computer's about to die. Um, and I had a beautiful time tonight. And Sandy, I love you, baby.
Love you
Thanks for
too, honey.
and
Oh, you're welcome. Well, it's always nice, like I said, and much love to you guys. And I know I can't name everybody that by name, but I'm still learning that though too. So, but thank you so much for welcoming me every time I come on here. So I appreciate the love, and I appreciate the respect from you guys. So thank you so much, and um, I appreciate everything because every time I come on here, you guys show me love, and you're always so nice with the comments, and thank you. You guys are beautiful, and thank you for having me on here. Always have a good time.
yeah, and 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 guys, thank you for being respectful. Thank you for showing my wife love. And thank you for showing me love. I appreciate you guys more than you even know. And if you talk to my wife, this is my passion. You know what makes me feel good is talking to you guys. You know what's uplifting is hearing your comments, doing panels with you guys, talking to you. That's so uplifting. And I tell my wife every day, I said, you know what happened on my show?
Yeah, he
And,
does.
and you know what? I said, you know what?
Yeah, that's no joke.
This lady said this, or this guy said this, and I said, I know you don't want me to stay up all night talking on YouTube, but I said,
Yeah.
yeah,
You had to
but
turn around and cut that down for a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, but you know what? I tell my wife, I says, but I love them so much.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I
it
love
it,
you too,
it,
sweetie. I
it,
love
it
you
means
too.
a lot to me, and
Well, I'm here for you. I got your back.
yeah, she does, and I love you more than anything, Sandy. Sandy, you're awesome. You know what? I thank God that He brought you in my life. I prayed for you, and she knows I did. I tell her all the time. When I tell you I prayed for a black woman to be my wife, I did, and this is what I got. So I got more than I asked for, and I'm blessed. Yeah.
I'm blessed too, honey. I love you, and you're a great husband and a great father, and we appreciate you so much. And I'm glad that everybody here that's on YouTube and has subscribed to your channel is showing you love. So I appreciate that. So, and you're doing good at your channel, and you speak from the heart. And yeah, and when I say my husband speaks from the heart, he really does. So that's no joke. So, but
Yeah, I'm that crazy that I'll just tell you the truth. The thing of it is, and here's the thing: my wife will tell you I'm crazy. I am. I will tell you what I think I do. And ladies, when I speak highly about black women, it's because that's what I really think.
yeah, he
There's no
does.
sugarcoating it. That's where my
Mhm.
heart is, and that's my truth. And nobody's going to tell me I'm wrong. Seriously.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Thank you guys for everything. Hope to be talking to you soon. And like Brent said, if you're in the area where we're going to be going in Dallas too, let us know. I mean, we got some
Yeah.
time.
And guys, okay, she dropped off. I think her computer died. Um, yeah. But honestly, guys, if you're in Dallas and you want to link up with us, have lunch with us, send me an email. I'm not going to tell everybody where I'm at, but send me an email. We can get together. Um, just let me know. But yeah, my wife's computer I think just died. But guys, thank you for watching tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this live. And you know what? Embrace today. Today is loving day. Okay? Today is a landmark decision that happened in the Supreme Court back in 1967 on this day, where they made it legal to marry in all 50 states. Think about that. Okay? Would it have happened later on if the Lovings didn't win their case? I don't know. I think so, but the thing of it is they stood up. They made things happen. And you know what? The Lovings never divorced. The Lovings loved each other till the end. The Lovings were that power couple. The Lovings were loving people. They were everyday people. But they had a big heart. They had a lot of love. And you know what? We should embrace that. We should cherish that. We should promote that. Okay? So love each other and just keep this in mind. We're all people. And you know what? If you have a preference for, if you're a white guy for a black woman, Asian woman, Hispanic, whatever you want, go for what you want. Okay? Go where your heart is. And as long as they treat you right, nothing wrong with it. You know, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this, guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for showing my wife love and respect. I appreciate that. That means more than anything to me. I appreciate that. And she agreed to come on. And I think she's starting to enjoy it. So, and it's because of your guys' kind words. It's because you guys say nice things about her. It's because you guys say nice things about me. She embraces that. And I embrace it too. But the thing of it is go where you're loved, go where you're celebrated. Ladies, gentlemen, live your life. It's your life. It's your choice. Whatever path you choose is up to you. The Lovings chose their path. Okay? It wasn't the easy path. They had to step out of that comfort zone. They did. They had to fight, haters, segregation, racism. They had to fight their local authorities. They had to fight the federal government. But they did it. And you know what? They opened the door for the rest of us. Think about it. Today is a blessed day. Today is a sacred day. Today should be a federal holiday. Today is Loving Day. And thank God for that. So when I close out and you guys go on with your day or night, or you might just go to bed because it's late, just take a moment and embrace today. Thank God that there's people that will stand up for what's right. There are people that will stand up for the ones they love. And that's what it's all about. Seriously. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out. It's already midnight where I'm at. I got to go to work in the morning, but this has been a pleasure. This has been awesome. And I love you guys. God bless you and your families. And I'll see you on the next video, next live. The next live will probably be next Saturday in Dallas. I might squeeze one in if I can, but the next scheduled one is going to be Saturday night in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to show you some videos, sites we visit, and me and Sandy. And like I said, if you're in the Dallas area, you want to link up with me and my wife and have lunch or hang out for a little bit, send me an email, okay? And but anyway, God bless you and your families, and I'll see you on the next video or next live. Have a good night. God bless you.